Hello, my beautiful people. Welcome back to my channel. For those that are new, my name is Nelly. Today, we're going to be talking about things that are affecting marriages. I've selected 15, but there's more than that. One of the things that are affecting marriages today is you need to depart from your past. When you are starting a future together, you need to depart from the past. Life is too short. You cannot be holding on the past. You need to focus on the future. When you are married to somebody, the past remains there. Don't bring it into your marriage. Everyone has got a dark history. You need to focus on the present, not on the past. There are some things that you would like to know, but when it comes to other things, you just need to let them go. Like how many relationships this person had before you came into the picture. Nobody is perfect. Only God is perfect. Relationships are a learning curve, and we learn from these mistakes. So you need to appreciate the person that you are with right now. People change, and God changed them at times. Marriage is tolerance and sacrifices. If you're not willing to do that, then you shouldn't be deciding to get married to that person. Building oneness with this person is to have a clear understanding that you need to depart from the past in order for you to create that bond. Don't bring it into your marriage. Sort them out even before you decide to get married. The next issue that will affect a marriage is a prayerless relationship. This is a major opening for the devil to come into this marriage. When you are married to somebody who doesn't like praying, eventually you will stop praying. These are people that will pretend that they're Christians so that they can get married to you. And once you are married to them, they'll start revealing their true colors. These are the people that you discover when you're married to them, that you are not equally yoked with them. This is a person that's raw, that needs to be molded together for your desire in order for them to change. So you need to speak to God so that He molds them together according to your desire. You just need to mold that person through prayers and patience, especially if they're lukewarm as well. But don't expect that person to complete you, especially if they're not complete themselves. The next thing that affects marriages is expectations. A lot of couples enter marriages without communicating about what are the expectations of each other's roles. They enter these marriages and place unrealistic expectations. When it comes to men and women, we are wired differently, emotionally and physically. So you need to understand that it's okay to disagree. Don't put too much expectation on the other person. You clearly know that they cannot do what you want them to do. Don't assume. Don't assume your partner wants 4 children and yet you want 2. Discuss each other's dreams and visions so that you can both see if you are both aligned with each other's dreams and visions and work towards it. Share the same purpose and direction. If you are going to marry somebody who doesn't value your purpose, that might even kill the idea that you have because they don't value your idea. The next thing that affects relationships is having a third party influence. What I mean about this is having your family and friends. When you don't have that solid foundation in your marriage, sometimes you seek advice from other people in order for them to side with you, giving you that validation that you are seeking for. Even though we don't intend to hurt our spouses, but sometimes this can show that you are disrespecting them without even you realizing it. For marriage to work, it comes with a price and a lot of hard work. You need to invest in this marriage. You both need to invest on this marriage. The next thing that affects marriages is when there is no respect. One of the biggest challenges when it comes to marriage is when you're disrespecting each other. Everyone does what they feel like. There's no total commitment in both parties, not realizing that situations may change. The next issue is withholding sex. If you have a misunderstanding and you're using sex as a weapon, that might affect your relationship. Sex is a gift from God for married couples. It can also diffuse any situation, maybe an argument as well. Working on your marriage could be hard work. It needs maintenance and service. It's like having a car. If you don't service that car, it eventually breaks. Just like when it comes to marriage as well. If you are married and there's no sex involved in that marriage, it eventually breaks down. Sometimes you're exposing danger of unhealthy circumstances if there's no sex involved. This also leads to infidelity. Once infidelity creeps in your marriage, your marriage is heading for disaster. It's another way for the enemy to attack your marriage. God says in Hebrews 13 verse 4, a marriage bed should be honored and kept pure. And this does when there is lack of sex in the marriage. They will seek this elsewhere, and this will cause infidelity. Because sex is not everything, it's more than a physical act. It can be emotional and spiritual as well. The next key is communication. When it comes to marriage, communication is a major key. You need to communicate about everything, whether it's big or small, especially when it comes to difficulties in handling disagreements as a team. This may contribute for the enemy to come into your home. The next issue is finances. You know, when it comes to finances, it's a major attack for the enemy to come in. We all know that when it comes to finances, it's a major attack when it comes to marriages. Not only marriages, even when it comes to family and friends as well. This is when one person is in charge of paying all the bills. This may lead to conflicts. Maybe one person is working and the other person is not working as well. Financial stress may begin to affect the marriage, and you forget that this is a person that you're married to, especially if they are the ones that are reckless in spending the money. God expects us to be good stewards with what we have. Good stewards with what we have, especially when it comes to our material possessions, including money as well. And the next one is cultural barriers. You know, when it comes to mixed marriages and cultural differences, that may affect a marriage as well. It's very important to find out about your partner's family values and beliefs. Many people that are married outside their own culture can relate to that. In today's world, intermarriage is very common. So many people marry people that are not from their own culture. You know, when you have to move from your own country to settle to your husband's country, it can be very overwhelming. So you need to give them time for them to adjust as well. Explain your customs and traditions, especially during courtship, and prepare them for that so that they can be comfortable with your culture. It's a two-way thing. You need to respect their culture in order for them to respect your culture as well. The next issue is parenting issues. If you and your partner are not in the same page and you are not mutual when it comes to raising kids, this may affect your marriage. You need to discuss things like schools, baptism, sleepovers, and family traditions. Because having children involves taking responsibilities. You need to both take responsibilities of those children, and also allowing yourselves to spend time together as a couple with no interference. Maybe you can take the children to one of the grandparents so that you can be able to spend time together. The next issue is too many secrets. Keeping secrets in the beginning of the marriage is the beginning of a disastrous marriage. Sometimes even the most innocent white lie can break the bond that you have. Because when a marriage is built on lies, it makes it difficult for the other person to trust you in the marriage. And this affects the marriage, that you begin to grow apart. Growing apart is another major issue that can affect your marriage. Sometimes as you grow together, you begin to grow apart. And you begin to want more out of life from somebody else. Especially when it comes to couples that have got a huge gap in age difference. Growing apart from time to time is very common when it comes to marriages who have different phases in life. The age difference begins to kick in. Maybe you are the outgoing type and you want to go out and he doesn't want to go out. Or maybe even when it comes to sex. And the next issue that may affect a marriage is when you're trying to change the next person. You enter this marriage with the hope that you will change them when you're married. This is a very common problem when it comes to couples. They overstep the other person's boundaries to mold their own beliefs. You cannot force somebody or change someone to be someone that they're not. You need to learn to respect their boundaries. And the next issue is when it comes to holidays and family visits. There are those 4 questions that leads to a huge argument when it comes to couples, which is who, why, when, and where. We forget what it means to live and live in the first place. When your family is visiting, you both need to have that discussion. So your family cannot visit anyhow without both of you having this discussion. Set boundaries. To be honest, you both need to have those honest conversations when it comes to holidays. Have open conversations like how long are they going to be staying? If your parents are visiting, how long are they going to be staying? Especially when your parents are visiting, and they don't have a timeline when are they leaving, and they end up staying with you guys for a year or even more. These may be simple questions to answer, but they are vital. Just like the other things that we've discussed about that may affect your marriage. Thank you for watching. If this is content that you like, please don't forget to like and subscribe, and see you on the next video. God bless you.